Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to VVLSI Design lecture number 25A. Today we are going to discuss the series connected NMOS pass transistor, and the next topic will be NMOS driving other NMOS pass transistor. So let us see. So we have three series connected NMOS pass together, NMOS pass transistor connected back to back, MN1, MN2 and MN3, and we are applying a V in voltage over here. We are passing V in. So V in can be either logic 0 or logic 1. Remember, the gate voltage of all the NMOS transistors are tied to VDD. So all the NMOS transistors are on. Now we need to determine if V in is logic 0, what is the status of VA, what is the status of VB, and what is the status of V out. Similarly, when V in is 5 volt, how much is VA, how much is VB, and how much is V out? Okay, so let us first determine it directly in LT-Spice. Okay, so this is the same circuit. Let me clarify it a little bit. So first we'll directly simulate and then we'll come back to it in the theory or in the concept. Okay, so this is the first transistor MN1. This is called here M1, and the gate terminal of all three are connected to VDD. Remember, the substrate terminal or the body terminal of all the NMOS transistors should be connected to ground in this case. And we can apply V in as 5 volt and V in as 0 volt. And we need to note down how much is the VA voltage, VB voltage, and V out voltage. Okay, so this is the same circuit as you can see over here very clearly. Okay, fine. So let us begin. Let me maximize the LT-Spice window. Okay, so we have three series connected NMOS pass transistor, and we are trying to pass a logic 0 and a logic 1. So first of all, let us start with logic 0. So I'm applying logic 0 to the first transistor, to the first N pass transistor, and I need to determine what should be the value of VA. Now we know that NMOS pass transistor passes a strong logic 0, whereas it passes a weak logic 1. Okay, the supply voltage VDD is 5 volt for all. So all the transistors are on, and we have selected the dot model statement parameters as WNL as 1 micrometer. The threshold voltage VTO is 0.7, and the value of Kp, in this case Kn value is around 200 microampere per volt square. Okay, so we need to we are applying a 0 volt, and we need to determine how much should be VA, VB, and V out. So as per the theory, the value here, if this is 0, let me just, if we are applying over here logic 0, the output of the N pass transistor also should be 0, logic 0. So this VA should be logic 0. Similarly, again, if we are passing logic 0 to M2, gate being applied to VDD, it should also pass logic 0. Okay, and again, the third transistor also should pass logic 0. So logically speaking, what we have over here is, if we pass a low logic, that is a logic 0, the output should receive logic 0 without any problem. So we have a chain of three transistors, and down the chain we still get logic 0. So let us confirm whether really we get this logic 0 voltage or not. Okay, so let us start now. Let me just clear out the drawing and let me simulate. So you connect the circuit and click on run and click on DC operating point. So DC operating point will give all the values over here. I mean, it's not so hard to determine it, but what we do is we'll have a node voltage. So come near the node, you have to rename this as VB and VA and label this as V out underscore the name. Okay, so I'm just placing my cursor over here and it will give some value. Fine. So I'll right click on that value and I select VA. Okay, so once I select VA, even if I move that value away from it, the node, it will be remaining the same. Okay, so this is the value which we get. at VA. It's around minus 4.04 femtovolt. This is as good as zero only. Okay, this is as good as zero only. Similarly, let us check at VB voltage. So over here, the VB voltage is around, let me check. VB voltage is around minus 7.87 femtofarad. That is also zero. And finally, let us check the output. So let me check output over here. So right click and click on V out so that it will give proper. Here you see. So here we are getting again V out as femtofarad. That means that only means that this N-pass transistor passes logic 0 without any problem. So let us write that statement. That only means that NMOS pass transistor logic passes logic 0 without any problem. Okay, NMOS transistor passes logic 0 without any problem. Okay, so this is the proof of it. Fine. So in the concept wise also we will address that soon, but let us see now what will happen when we apply. Let me just you know oh sorry. Okay, so let us see what will happen when we apply logic 1, that is 5 volt over here at the input. So will VA remain at 5 volt? Will my NPAS transistor pass 5 volt as it is? And if it is less than that, what will happen to the second transistor? Okay, and what will happen to the V out? Will VA VB be less than VA, and will V out will be lesser than VB? All these questions will be answered when we apply 5 volts over here. So we have applied 5 volts at the input of the first NPAS transistor, and we are expecting the output of VA to be 5 volts. Let us see what happens. So here we go to simulate and click on run. Well, to the surprise, VA is giving the value 4.2965. 4.2965. Similarly, VB value is also same, almost same, and V out value is also same. That means your output, that is VA, VB, and V out, are same, but they are zero point 0.7, around zero point 0.7 volts less. Now guess why 0.7? Because it is video. That means what? If we apply 5 volt over here, the output will be VDD minus VTN voltage. Okay, so your VA voltage is actually VDD minus VTN. Let me write it over here. So this voltage over here, let me take the comment. It is VDD VDD minus VTN. Okay, which is same as 5 volt minus zero point 0.7, because we have given the voltage as 0.7 volts, the threshold voltage. Okay, let me add that value over here. Yes, so this is what is happening. We are getting VDD minus VTN voltage everywhere, and that is what we got, 4.2965 volt as VA value, VB value also 4.2965, and also V out value is 4.2965. Okay, and if you don't believe it, we will change the value of VTO to, let's say, 1 volt. So what should be the expected answer? Close to 4 volt, right? See, right now it is VDD minus VTN. Now VTN is the same as your VTO over here. In the dot model statement, we write it as VTO. So over here, if you see carefully, it should be 5 minus 4 volt. 5 minus 4, 5 minus 4, that is 3.99. As you can see extremely clearly. Earlier we got it as 1, but right now it is 5 minus 1 volt. Okay, so this is actually 1 volt over here. 5 minus 1, 4 volt we are getting. But at all the three places, that is VA, VB, and V out, we are getting the same voltage. Okay. Now, since we have seen this simulation, so that means NMOS pass transistor, will write over here, NMOS pass transistor logic passes weak logic 1. That is, it passes VDD minus VTN voltage at the output. VDD minus VTN value. Okay. And let me click on OK over here. Let me take this a little up. So NMOS pass transistor passes a strong logic 0 without any problem, but it passes a weak logic 1, that it passes a voltage of VDD minus VTN. Instead of VDD, it passes VDD minus VTN voltage. And we have seen the demonstration with a threshold voltage of 0.7 and a threshold voltage of 1 volt. Okay. Now let us go back to the theory. So let us see why and what it was happening. Okay, so the circuit is this. So we have applied over here VDD, VDD, and VDD. Okay, and all the gate terminal is VDD applied. So that means all the N-pass transistors are on. And when we apply V in as 0, so V in is 0, all the N-pass transistors are capable of passing logic 0 perfectly. That's why when we simulated it, when V in was 0, VA, VB, and V out was also 0. Okay, so that's what is written over here. When V in is 0, since NMOS is capable of passing a strong 0, a 0 volt level is transferred down the chain. So from V in equal to 0, it passes to VA, VB, and V out is 0. So that is why your output voltage can also achieve a value of V out equal to 0 volt. But the story changes when we apply V in as 5 volt. So when we apply V in as 5 volt, let us investigate this MN1 transistor carefully. Let us first understand why we get VA as VDD minus VTN as we got in LT5 simulation. Okay. So let me go over here and let me consider the first case. So let us consider the first transistor. So this is my first transistor. So over here, we drain volt. This is my drain. Okay. So in this transistor, how to identify which is drain? Whichever is at higher potential, that becomes the drain. So V in we are applying VDD, so that becomes the drain. This is the drain, this is the gate, and this is the source. So let us concentrate on it. Okay. So this is the MN1 transistor. So drain voltage is VDD, gate voltage is VDD. So how much should be source voltage? Okay. So how much should be maximum value of source voltage? And source voltage is nothing but your VA value. Let us check. Yes. Source voltage of MN1 is nothing but your VA value. So let us check that. So what is VGS? VGS is VG minus VS. What is VG? VG is VDD. And how much should be VS? Okay. And here I have written VDD minus VTN. Now, why VDD minus VTN? Why not only VDD? If I have written over here only VDD, if VS is also only VDD, what could have happened? Let us consider the scenario that this N-pass transistor passes logic 1. Okay, and this is VDD. So what would have become of VGS? VGS would have become equal to 0. Okay, because VG minus VS and VS is also VDD. So this VDD and VDD would get cancelled. So VGS will become 0. Now we know that for an NMOS, for the N channel to exist, we want VGS to be greater than or equal to VTN, the threshold voltage. That is why we get one threshold voltage less. So if we write over here, the reason why we get this VDD minus VTN is because of one threshold voltage loss. Because if we cannot get a 5 volt logic 5 logic 1 proper strong logic 1 ever in an NMOS transistor, the reason is this. The reason is this, that for the N channel to exist, VGS has to be greater than or equal to VTN. And for that to happen, the source voltage has to be VDD minus VTN. Okay, then only your VGS will be equal to VTN. I hope that this is clear. So your maximum value VA at the output of your first transistor will be Vmax, which will be VDD minus VTN. And hence we were getting it here also. In the LT spice simulation also we got VDD minus VTN value only, which is 3.9968, which should be 4 volt actually, but we are getting 3.9968. Okay, so this is the reason for the first transistor. Now let us consider the second transistor. Second transistor also same story. At the irrespective of what you get at the drain terminal, at the drain terminal you are getting around VDD minus VTN now. But what is the point of interest? The point of interest is VG voltage and VS voltage. Since VG voltage is constantly tied to VDD value, your VS voltage again has to be VDD minus VTN. For that N channel to exist, we want VGS has to be greater than or equal to VTN. That is why even if the the drain voltage of the second transistor is VDD minus VTN, the output voltage is also VDD minus VTN. Okay, because it all depends upon the VGS voltage. VGS voltage has to be minimum VTN or greater than or equal to VTN value. Okay, so that means this transistor over here, VA, so it is giving 3.99 as the input to the second transistor, and at the output also you're getting the same voltage. Okay, so it depends upon the gate to source voltage whether it is VTN or no. Similarly, if you check the third transistor, I mean, yeah, in the third case, MN3, again at the drain side, we are receiving VDD minus VTN, but the gate voltage is VDD, na? And the source voltage has to be VDD minus VTN. Okay, for the N channel to exist, VGS has to be greater than or equal to VTN. That is why down the chain, if we apply 5 volt over here, VA value will be VDD minus VTN, VB value will be VDD minus VTN, and in fact, the Vout value also will be VDD minus VTN. And we have seen that the source terminal of MN3 is your Vout only. Okay, so your source terminal of MN3 is Vout. So that is why maximum value of VC is also Vmax, which is VDD minus VTN. Okay, now let us go back. So this means that there will be one threshold voltage loss in the series connected chain. Series connected chain. So if applied input as VDD, it will be transferred to the VA output, okay, to Vmax value. So Vmax value is VDD minus VTN. Again, this Vmax value will be transferred to the VB output, and that is given as the input to the third transistor, and the output also is again Vmax. So that's why down the chain everywhere we have VDD minus VTN, and this is true regardless of number of NMOS pass transistors. So let's say if you have 10 such N pass transistors connected in series, still it will transfer VDD minus VTN voltage down the chain as it is transferring over here. Okay, same voltage. Fine. So I hope that this is clear. I hope that you all have no doubts in this. Now there is a second version to it. This was the first version. Second version is this. Let me open the circuit. NMOS driving other NMOS. Okay. Let me close the first one. Okay. Now there is another situation wherein a NMOS pass transistor is driving another NMOS transistor like this, such that the you know the source terminal or one of the terminal of the NPAS transistor is connected to the gate terminal of the other, and they are not in series actually. Okay, so here we are going to determine if Vin is 0 volt, what is the value of Vx, what is the value of Vout, and if Vin is 5 volt, what is the value of Vx and what is the value of Vout. So you all can think over it. I am giving the value of 0 volt over here. So let us first simulate this and then we will check out in the concept. Okay, the circuit is ready over here. The circuit is ready over here. NMOS driving other NMOS pass transistor. So we will investigate that very soon. So first we'll clarify what happens really in this circuit. Okay, by simulation. So here I have given V in as 0 volt to the first NMOS transistor. Again, the gate terminal of the first transistor is connected to VDD, but the second transistor gate terminal is not connected to VDD. It is at voltage Vx, which is the output of the first NMOS transistor. Okay, so without further delay, let us simulate this. So I have already done the .op simulation. Let me delete it and do it once more. So the parameters of NMOS are same as last time. WNL is 1 micrometer. VTO is zero point 0.5 over here. You know, threshold voltage we have kept 0.5. That's okay. And KT value is 200 microampere per volt square. Now let me simulate this. Go to simulate, go to run. Remember what are we checking? We are applying V in as 0 volt and we are checking what is the value of Vx and V out. Okay, so go to DC operating point and just click on OK. Automatically you will get a screen, but we are not interested in this. We click on this node, make sure that you label this, and this thing I will mark it as Vx, and then I can take it anywhere. Okay, like this. So I've already marked it properly. So we are getting Vx voltage as also 0. Okay. So if Vx voltage is 0, what is the value of V out? Let us check that. So V out value is also 0. As you can see, V out value is 0 volt. Okay. Very straightforward. Okay. Because if the gate terminal of a n-pass transistor is 0 volt, the output will be 0 volt only, irrespective. The transistor is only off, right? Irrespective whether whatever you pass at the Vin, the output will be 0. So that means for logic 0 in first n-pass transistor passes logic 0 as it is, and the second n-pass transistor is off. M2 is off over here. Okay, it's not that it's passing logic 0, irrespective of whether it is 5 or 0, it is output of this will be 0, V out will be 0. Okay, and let us see now what will happen when we apply 5 volt. So when we apply 5 volt, let us simulate this. So when we apply 5 volt, we are getting 4.498, okay, at Vx value, and we are getting at the V out value 3.99. That means Vx value is 0.5 volts less compared to VDD. Okay, VDD is 5 volt. Okay, so this value over here, let me write it. Its value is VDD minus VTN. Its value is VDD minus VTN. And what is this value? Let me take it out a little and let me copy this statement. So what is the V out value? V out value, it seems that it is VDD minus twice VTN. So if you see carefully, VT, the threshold voltage is 0.5. So here Vx is VDD minus VTN. That is 5 volt minus 0.5. That is 4.5 it should be, but it is around 4.498. It is close to 4.5. And here V out is VDD minus twice VTN, which is 5 volt minus 2 times 0.5, which is 4 volt. It should be 4 volt, but we are getting around 3.99. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So how do we get this in the first place? So let us try to understand it. So we have considering a scenario where we have applied VDDS, Vin as VDD only. So Vmax value at the output over here of the first transistor is VDD minus VTN, and the output of the second transistor is Vmax minus VTN. That will be VDD minus twice VTN. Okay, and we are assuming that the threshold voltage of both the transistors are the same. Fine. So let us try to understand. So here in this case, the output of the first n-pass transistor is driving the gate terminal of the second n-pass transistor. Okay. So now let us try to investigate now in this case. In this case, for Mn1, your Vin is VDD, your gate voltage is VDD. So your source voltage has to be VDD minus VT, and we have seen this before. If the source voltage is VDD, then your VGS value becomes 0, which is not valid, because N channel cannot exist. For N channel to exist, VGS has to be greater than or equal to VTN value. For this to happen, Vs source voltage should be VDD minus VTN. That is why over here at Vx value, we are getting a maximum value of VDD minus VTN. I hope this is clear. And let me change the value to, let's say, 1 volt and see the effect. So even if it is 1 volt over here, we should get VDD 5 volt minus 1, that is 4. We are getting 3.99. So our theory is absolutely valid. Okay? and here it is VDD minus twice VTN. It's 5 volt minus 2, that is around 3. This is also correct. Let us analyze that. So indeed the output of the first N pass transistor is VDD minus VTN. Okay, now let us see in the second case what is happening. In the second case, what is happening is, if you see carefully, VDD minus VTN is applied as the input to the, as the gate terminal voltage. Okay, so that means at the gate terminal now we have VDD minus VTN voltage, and at the drain terminal we have VDD voltage. You see over here, at the drain terminal we have the VDD voltage 5 volt, and at the gate terminal we have VDD minus VTN. So in this case, if we subtract Vg minus Vs, it will be Vg is what? Vg itself is VDD minus VTN. And if I keep Vs also as VDD minus VTN, then this VGS becomes 0. Then the N channel won't exist, and which is not true. Correct? So what should be the value of Vs? Vs should be VDD minus twice VTN, so that my VGS becomes at least VTN. So for the N channel to exist, your VGS has to be at least equal to VTN value. That is why at the output of the second N pass transistor, this should be Mn2, okay? This is Mn2. This is the second N pass transistor, okay? So at the output of the second N pass transistor, we have the value as VDD minus twice VTN. The value is VDD minus twice VTN, okay? So that's what we get over here. The Vout value is VDD minus twice VTN for the second transistor. Okay, so this shows that connecting N-pass transistor in this manner induces a 1 voltage drop per transistor, resulting in a large reduction in the logic 1 voltage. That means what? If I have more such transistor driving, that means I will have a logic 1 degradation a lot. Okay, that is why this kind of configuration should be completely avoided. Okay, fine with it. So I hope that this is clear. Why, if we apply your logic 1 value, why the output of Vx, that is the output of the first N pass transistor, why it is VDD minus VTN, and how the Vout value is VDD minus twice VTN. I hope that this you got a clear view of it. Okay, so I guess we have completed a topic of N pass transistor driving another N pass transistor, which is this one, and the series connected N pass transistor logic. So in any case, if numerical comes, which is passing logic 1 or logic 0 in such kind of transistors, you all should be easily able to calculate the VA value, VB value, and Vout value. And in this case, we can easily calculate the Vx value and the Vout value, okay, given the circuit. Fine. So we have completed both the topics of series connected N pass transistor and NMOS driving other NMOS pass transistor logic. So from these designs, the obvious limitation comes that N pass transistor logic passes a strong logic 0 and it passes a weak logic 1. That is the conclusion which we make from these findings of series connected N pass transistor. So I think that's it for today's session. Next time we'll begin with series connected PMOS pass transistor logic. Okay. So until then, have a good day and thank you.